Korea hasn't seen a single new case of MERS for a week. Stores were packed over the weekend and a good sign for the economy. The ruling Saenuri Party is expected to appoint Representatives Won Yu-chul as floor leader and Kim Jong-hoon as chief policymaker, among other personnel changes. And the South Korean and U.S. team will investigate how anthrax was mistakenly sent to Korea and prevent similar accidents from happening again. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Monday, July 13th. I'm Luke Clary. As of Sunday, Korea hasn't seen a single new case of Middle East Respiratory Syndrome for a week. Department stores and traditional markets were packed with shoppers over the weekend, indicating that the local economy is gradually recovering.
The discount corner at this department store was bustling with people on Sunday. The sight was in contrast to last month when the store saw its sales fall due to MERS.
메르스가 끝난 것 같아서 지금 이제 여러 가지 이제 옷도 사고 이제 가방도 사고 그러려고 나왔어요.
Major department stores, including this one, saw their sales for the first week of July climb to 99% of the level recorded during the same period last year. In Pyeongtaek, Gyeonggi Province, where several MERS cases were reported, large supermarket franchises posted only two-thirds of the normal sales figure last month, but recovered to achieve 95% of the previous figure this month. At one time, there were no visitors to Mount Gangcheon in Sunchang County, North Jeolla Province, where an entire village was quarantined due to MERS. But the number of visitors was up 28% this month compared to the same month last year. The number of shoppers in traditional markets and mass transit passengers have also risen steadily since the second week of June.
지자체 추경이 조기에 편성돼서 메르스로 인해서 피해를 많이 본 관광, 숙박업계가 도움을 받을 수 있도록.
The government expects signs of economic recovery to spread to other parts of the country, starting in mid-July when the vacation season begins.
The ruling Saenuri Party is expected to appoint Representatives Won Yu-chul and Kim Jong-hoon as floor leader and chief policymaker, respectively, on Tuesday. The ruling party will also reshuffle other major posts.
Won Yu-chul, former chairman of the ruling Saenuri Party's policy committee, registered as the sole candidate for the party's new floor leader. With the party leadership having already agreed to select him in the interests of harmony within the party, Won will be appointed as floor leader in a general meeting on Tuesday.
차기 원내대표의 과제는 첫째도 민생, 둘째도 민생, 셋째도 민생이라서 됩니다. 지금 국민들이 많은 어려움을 겪고 있는데 민생 현황과 경제 살리는데.
Born in Pyeongtaek, Gyeonggi Province, Won will become the new floor chief after having worked together with former floor leader Yoo Seung-min. Former lawyer Kim Jong-hoon has been selected as the ruling party's new chief policymaker. Neither belongs to the pro-Pak faction, but their selection appears to stem from their lack of strong attachment to any internal political faction and their backgrounds in the capital area and Busan, hotspots for next year's parliamentary elections. The Saenuri Party will reshuffle major posts and launch a second-phase party system on Tuesday, which marks the first anniversary of party chairman Kim Moo-sung's appointment, in order to prepare for the general elections.
Controversy broke out a couple of months ago when the U.S. military mistakenly sent live anthrax samples to a U.S. airbase in Korea. Now, South Korea and the U.S. have formed a joint team to investigate what happened and design a set of measures to prevent this kind of accident from happening again.
South Korean and United States authorities have formed a joint working team to investigate the shipment of live anthrax samples that were wrongly sent to a U.S. military base in Korea last May. The team will be headed by generals in the South Korean Ministry of National Defense and the U.S. military. Civilian experts from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other relevant government agencies will also take part in the probe.
미 측과도 각 분과의 별로 긴밀한 협의 및 협조를 계속해오고 있는 가운데 재발 방지 대책 마련을 위한 보다 종합적이고 체계적인 대응 체제를 구축했다고 생각합니다.
Apparently, the joint investigative effort was launched to address the Korean public's concern and criticism over the delivery of the anthrax virus. First, the task force plans to visit this month the Osan Air Base, where the anthrax samples were shipped, to find out how they were delivered and tested. Meanwhile, regarding allegations that anthrax shipments were also sent to other U.S. bases in Korea, the team will review the Joint U.S. Forces Korea Portal and Integrated Threat Recognition, or Jupiter program, run at American garrisons in Korea.
Acute pyelonephritis refers to an infection of the kidneys accompanying severe pain. It occurs when bacteria enter the body through the urinary tract, and the disease is frequently reported during the summer. Here's the story.
Moon Mi-sun, a woman in her 60s, recently suffered from sudden body aches. Her backaches were so severe that she went to an emergency room, whereupon she was diagnosed with acute pyelonephritis and hospitalized.
되게 심한 몸살이 난 줄 알았어요. 온몸이 막 쑤시고 아프고 그냥 뭐 허리가 끊어지는 것 같이 아프고 그래서요.
Acute pyelonephritis is an infection of the kidneys, which occurs when germs like coliform bacillus enter the body through the urinary tract and along the ureter. Symptoms include severe backache and fever. Last year, 173,000 people were diagnosed with acute pyelonephritis. The number of female patients was 7 times higher than that of male patients. Women in their 40s and 50s accounted for 32% of the total. The reason is that women are more susceptible to infections because their urinary tracts are shorter. In particular, middle-aged women also experience hormone imbalances following menopause. In order to prevent the disease, experts advise urinating frequently by drinking plenty of water and keeping the reproductive organs clean.
Korea's falling rice consumption has been putting rice farmers in a bind for many years. However, the discovery of new uses for rice and new varieties could mean a boost for the industry.
Samgwang rice is known for its great taste. Compared to conventional rice varieties, samgwang is good for baking bread, and scientists have found a way to retain the shape of rice bread after several years of research. With the rising popularity of goods baked using rice flour, both the farming areas cultivating the samgwang rice and farmers' incomes have increased dramatically.
높은 가격에 저희가 수매를 해오기 때문에 농가 입장에서는 소득이 발생을 하고 그 소득 자체도 안정적인 소득이 발생을 한다고 볼 수 있습니다.
This functional rice has an embryo bud 3 times larger than those of other rice varieties. Germinated rice can be turned into mixed grain powder and consumed to prevent adulthood diseases and improve memory. There are now many rice varieties with healthy properties, such as the Kwami 2 variety, which helps with weight loss, Hayami that promotes children's growth, and Hukkwang that suppresses aging. In order to encourage Koreans to consume more rice, more studies about functional rice varieties should be conducted, and a wide range of rice-processed foods should be developed to appeal to consumers' palates.
It costs a lot of money to clean the soil once it's contaminated with an oil spill, and the process is not easy. A domestic research team has developed a cheap and eco-friendly technology to help purify polluted soil. Let's take a look.
The U.S. military base Camp Jeolla was returned to South Korea in 2010. After the soil inside the base was found to have been contaminated, over $8.8 million were spent in purification efforts. Pollutants like oil can be removed by heating contaminated soil with fire, but this method is expensive and generates a problematic amount of carbon dioxide. A domestic research team has developed an eco-friendly technology for soil purification to address these issues. The technology removes contaminant oil by employing microwaves instead of fossil fuels to achieve temperatures of 600 to 700 degrees Celsius. The temperature is kept steady with flexibility in heat adjustment so that the technology can remove more than 99% of various pollutants. The technology also doubles the speed of purification while cutting down on carbon dioxide emissions by 90% and costs by 70%. The research team plans to commercialize the technology as soon as next year, with hopes that it will be used to purify soil at former military bases and vehicle stations.
An unusual performance was staged on a crosswalk in downtown Seoul involving passers-by. The performers danced and played music only when the light was green for pedestrians. Here's more.
As the light turns green for pedestrians, an exciting melody starts playing along with a drumbeat. This performance was staged on a crosswalk in downtown Seoul. Dancers show off vibrant moves to the powerful rhythm of percussion instruments. Dynamic b-boy moves staged among the pedestrians add excitement to the performance. When the light turns red, the performance stops. This exciting crosswalk concert caught the eyes of many passers-by. Some even stopped to dance along. This unusual performance, staged only during the 35-second intervals when the light was green, lasted for a total of 2 hours.
무의미하게 보낼 수 있는 거지만 사실 그 30분 동안 즐길 수 있는 그 시간을 중요함을 일깨워줄 수 있는 시간이라고 생각됩니다.
Similar performances will be held without prior notice on crosswalks around Seoul.
Now, many viewers wonder if the actors who appear in movies playing musical instruments can actually play them for real. In the past, stand-ins usually played the musical instruments in movies, but these days, more and more actors prefer to play them firsthand. Take a look.
Actor Yoo Seung-yong appears in the movie The Guest playing the flute. The Yoo practiced 3 hours a day for over 3 months to prepare for the role. Even on set during filming, he continued to practice.
거의 밥을 먹거나 자거나 이런 거 빼놓고는 거의 피리를 입에 달고 살았던 것 같아요.
In this scene, actor Miles Teller puts on a breathtaking drum performance. He refused to use a substitute for the scene because he wanted to convey the frenetic energy firsthand. In order to do so, the actor practiced until the blisters on his hands burst.
Yeah, it's a lot. 3 days a week for 4 hours, a lesson, and I did that for about 3 weeks.
Lead actors these days prefer to play musical instruments themselves in scenes involving music. Their realistic performances contribute to the unforgettable impressions the films impart to audiences.
People tend to throw away the skin when peeling onions, but after today's segment, you might rethink that old habit because the skin contains substances that are good for your health. In fact, it would be best to eat the onion whole with the skin intact, but today we'll show you how to make good use of the discarded skin in different ways. Onion skin has gained renewed attention these days thanks to a substance they contain called quercetin, which prevents arterial hardening and heart diseases.
양파와 같이 땅속에서 자라는 식물의 경우에는요, 땅속 미생물로부터 자기를 보호해야 되기 때문에 껍질 부분에 가장 많은 퀘르시틴이 들어있습니다.
This homemaker has been drinking tea made with onion skin every day for 4 months now. She first cooks about 1.5 cups of sun-dried onion skin in a pan without oil. She then boils the skin in 3 liters of water to make onion skin tea. This golden brown drink is darker in color and better tasting than cassia seed tea.
양파는 항염과 항산화 효과를 가지고 있고요. 여기에 추가적으로 콜레스테롤을 떨어뜨리고 또 혈압을 안정화시키는 효과를 가지고 있어서 뇌졸중과 심장병과 같은 심혈관계 질환을 예방하는 효과 역시 가지고 있습니다.
Dried onion skin comes in handy when making vegetable stock. A large amount of fiber in the onion skin helps relieve heartburn. And the quercetin in the onion skin is not only good for health, but also for the skin. The onion skins contained in skincare products have moisturizing and soothing effects. Here's how you make a skin toner with onion skins. First, put dried onion skins in a bowl and add plant-based ethanol and glycerin to it. Then, put the onion skin mixture in a sealed container to ripen for about 3 weeks. Then strain the ripened solution to get the onion skin extract. Mix in purified water and use the solution as a skin toner.
양파 껍질을 깨끗하게 세척해서 사용하는 것이 중요하겠고 또 보관 또한 조심스럽게 하셔서 상하는 일이 없도록 하는 것이 중요합니다.
Don't throw away your onion skins. They're good for your health and can give your skin a glowing gleam. Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.